Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by Dr. Khaled Fahmy, the former Minister of Environmental Affairs. Dr. Khaled, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello?
Dr. Khaled, can you hear us? Thank you very much for joining us, Doctor.
Thank you.
Right, Doctor, let's talk a bit about Egypt's latest preparations to host the COP27 later on this year in the Red Sea resort city of Sharm el-Sheikh. A very important, climate event, and transforming the city of Sharm el-Sheikh into a green city is a very important step for Egypt, presenting a model for preserving the environment. Your comment, sir?
My comment is that, yes, Egypt is addressing the real steps for building a strategic and an operational approach to climate change.
Yes.
In Egypt. We have issued recently, Egypt has issued the strategy for climate change, its strategy for climate change, including adaptation and mitigation. The cabinet was discussing a week ago the new NDC, the National Determined Commitments, and putting quantitative target for mitigation activity. So these are essential steps needed for COP27 and was called for in COP26.
Indeed. Another important issue is Egypt has, said it is aiming to encourage international countries to fulfill their pledges with regards to climate change. A very important step, especially considering that the African continent is one of the most, injured or harmed continents by climate change, even though it is the least contributor to factors related to climate change. How important is this Egypt's call for, other nations to fulfill pledges related to climate change?
Yes, we all know that in COP26, the outcome, and particularly pertaining to the 1.5 increase in temperature, were kept alive, but the pulse was a bit weak. So all the countries were called upon to raise their ambitions and to come in COP27 with new NDCs that can capture all the reduction in emissions needed. We know that with all the pledges that were made in COP26, we still are short of about 40% to 35 to 40% of the reduction in emission needed. So it is Egypt's obligation as president and host of the COP27 is to invite countries to give more. Of course, African nations, as you have rightly mentioned, we are not the emitters or the major emitters, but we suffer from the impact of climate change. So, but still, we would be asked to give a little bit more, and we will do that. And Egypt has fostered this approach, provided that we will get enough technical assistance and financial assistance from the world.
Right. Dr. Khaled, now one of the most important areas affected by the issue of climate change is food security, and food security is already under pressure with the latest repercussions of the global crises, including the Russian-Ukrainian war, as well as other factors related to this. How important is food security on the agenda of discussions at the COP27?
Yes, it is, of course, is on top of the agenda.
Yes.
Rightly, as you mentioned, because of the Russian-Ukrainian war and its impact, but also due to the impact of COVID, and also taking in consideration the expected economic recession worldwide. So this is really a major issue.
Yes.
Just as major and just as important as the escalation of the world temperature.
Absolutely. Right. I'd like to thank you very, very much, our guest, Dr. Khaled Fahmy, the former Minister of Environmental Affairs. Thank you very, very much, sir, for your time.